South Korea, written by Cheryl Reeve Snyder. Focus question. What are some important characteristics of South Korea? Words to know: ceasefire, communist, culture, democratic, dialect, exported, extinct, generations, harvest, inlets, typhoons, urban. Tables of content. Where is it? 4. People, 6. Land, 8. History, 10. Celebrations, 12. Food, 13. Conclusion, 14. Glossary, 16. Where is it? South Korea, official name Republic of Korea, is a small country in East Asia. At 99,720 square kilometers, 38,502 square miles, it's slightly smaller than the country of Iceland. It is located on the southern part of the Korean peninsula, surrounded by water on 3 sides. South Korea shares its only northern border with another country, North Korea. South Korea's closest neighbors are Japan to the east, North Korea to the north, and China to the north and west across the seas. A narrow strip of water separates South Korea from the Japanese island of Tsushima. With more than 9 million people, South Korea's capital city of Seoul is the country's largest city. It's also one of the largest cities in the entire world. Seoul is located in the northwestern part of the country on the Han River. Although today Seoul is a modern center of trade and businesses, it's also an important historic landmark. The downtown region is enclosed by walls originally built more than 600 years ago. It contains century-old palaces, shrines, fortress gates, and royal gardens. There are also examples of humbler type of buildings. The traditional South Korean house, called hanok, designed to stay comfortable in the winter's bitterly cold temperatures. Hanoks have a special heating system that carries hot air through channels between the stone floor. More than 60% of Seoul's people live in modern apartments that use an under-the-floor heating system inspired by Hanok. People. More than 49 million people live in South Korea, most of them in urban environments. The national language of South Korea is Korean, but other languages like Chinese, Japanese, and English are also spoken. Some regions of South Korea have dialects that use different words, phrases, or sounds. Until recently, North and South Korea were the only place to find a large population of Korean-speaking people. Since the 15th century, a language had its own alphabet, called the Hangul. Each letter in the Hangul stands for a specific sound. Unlike Chinese characters, for example, their different symbols can stand for entire words. South Koreans work in many different types of jobs. The country is the world leader in computer-related technologies and other export goods. Many Korean people work in manufacturing, making electronics, medical devices, cars, and other items that will be exported all around the world. Family is important in the Korean society. Sometimes 2 or 3 generations live together in a single household. Although this is becoming less common, elders and families are honored in the tradition of South Korean practices. People keep recording of their family history and have special food and ceremonies on the holidays. Many South Koreans see education as key to success and power. Many life often centers around children's education. According to the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, Korean students rank amongst the best readers and problem solvers in its members nation. South Koreans have a wide range of religious beliefs. Christianity, Buddhism, Confucianism, Shaivism, and Islam are all practiced in South Korea. Land. Hills and mountains cover South Korea. Only a small amount of land is flat enough for farming. The Tibet Mountains run along the coast, with several mountain ranges branching off and running through east and west. Most of the mountains are less than 1,219 meters, 4,000 feet in elevation. The highest peak is 1,950 meters, 6,398 feet. Mount Hala, also known as Halasan. Mount Hala is an extinct volcano on Jeju, one of the two volcanic islands off the southern tip of the Korean peninsula. South Korea's eastern coastline is fairly straight. However, the rest of the country's coast is broken by numerous rivers and streams to form countless inlets, more than 3,000 small islands. Lining the narrow lowlands and the streams are rivers with some of the highest tides in the world. At Incheon, the port city near Seoul, the water level varies about 9 meters, 30 feet. That's enough to cover a three-story house. Most of Korea's rural population live in the coastal and inland plains region in the western and southern parts of the country. The plains provide fertile farmland for growing rice and vegetables. Because of the country's location and temperature zone, South Korea has four seasons. Temperatures range from average of 6 Celsius, 21 Fahrenheit in winter to high as 27 to 32 Celsius, 80 to 90 Fahrenheit in summer. Summer also brings rainy seasons. When the country gets more than half its yearly rainfall, during this season, South Korea is sometimes hit by typhoons. Heavy flooding is common. History. The Korean region, including both North and South Korea, has more than 2,000 years of recorded history. Through its location and isolated from the rest of the world, people have been living there for at least 10,000 years. Historically, since Korean originally came from Mongolia and Siberia. Many kingdoms attempted to take control of Korea and the country of experienced invasions of China by the Mongolian Empire and Japan. In 1905, Japan forced Korea to sign a treaty that put Korea under Japanese control. In 2010, Japan forced Korea to become a Japanese colony. During this time, Koreans were not allowed to speak their language or practice their religion. Many Koreans protested by marching or refusing to give their hands to traditionals. Korea remained under Japanese control until Japan's surrender at the end of World War II. Koreans celebrate their freedom yearly on August 15. The United States planned to return Korea to self-government at the end of World War II. During this time, the United States military occupied the southern half of Korea Peninsula, the Soviet Union to the northern half. The United Nations ordered democratic elections, which South Korea held. North Korea established a communist form of government. In 1948, the United States recognized South Korea's government as the only legal government in the Korean region. 2 years later, North Korea invaded South Korea in an attempt to bring the divided nation together by force. The Korean War cost 2.5 million lives and devastated both countries. In 1953, North and South Korea signed a ceasefire agreement that left two countries separated by a strip of land 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles wide. The two countries never signed an official peace treaty, and over 25,000 American troops are still stationed in South Korea. Celebrations. Until the mid-20th century, South Korea was an agricultural society. Many of its holidays are linked with moon calendars. New Year's Day, called Salahal, most important for these festivals. It's celebrated with dolguk, or rice cake soup. On this holiday, South Koreans celebrate everyone becoming the year older with gifts, games, and fortune telling. A harvest celebration is called Chuseok. Is another important holiday. It's a time where people gather for family reunions. Families visit their family tombs and leave food offering for honoring the dead. South Koreans also have a big celebration on baby's first birthday. Parents place an object in front of the baby and let the baby choose their favorite. If the baby picks a book, it means they will be smart. Picking the money, it means they will be wealthy. Conclusion. From the country's bustling cities to rugged mountain and fertile lands, South Koreans have been united centuries in a culture that values hard work and respect for family elders. Today, the country's trillion-dollar industrial economy is one of the strongest in the world. South Korea is a modern world power, a country that people with a bright future. South Korea, population 51,715,162, land 99,720 square kilometers, 38,502 square miles, capital city Seoul, primary language Korean, Primary religions Christianity and Buddhism. Name of currency won.